Hi, my name is Leta Hamilton, and I'm the author of The Way of the Toddler, The Craziness of Modern Motherhood, and the Spiritual Lessons I Learned from My Zen Masters in Diapers. I'm also the mother to 1, 3, and 5-year-old boys. The Way of the Toddler takes core spiritual messages and makes them directly relatable to a mother in the trenches. And it's a book that I believe every parent should read because it reminds us that it's okay to laugh at ourselves. And it shows us how our children can be our greatest teachers. And it will also make any parent think about the most important question he or she could ever ask themselves, and that is, how do I want my children to remember me? Spiritual topics are making their way into the mainstream consciousness of America. And the popularity of Oprah Winfrey or the runaway bestsellers like Conversations with God by Neil Donald Walsch or A New Earth or The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle really illustrate this point, as do the many best-selling books on personal empowerment and spiritual growth. Because let's face it, we all just want to be happy, and we want tools and techniques that are going to help us build better, more prosperous lives filled with a deeper sense of purpose. But we often put on hold our inner search for personal peace and growth until our children are older. But it is precisely when they are very young when we need the most spiritual support. The path of mother is supremely sacred, for it is that path where all the things about which we read in these best-selling books are put to the greatest test. Isn't it interesting that history's greatest teachers, whose insights into enlightenment form the foundation of our modern-day religions, and I'm thinking of Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, Muhammad, they're all men. And the authors of these best-selling spiritual books, by and large, are mostly men. I would like to know how long it would take the Dalai Lama back at the monastery to recover from one day of babysitting my 1, 3, and 5-year-old boys. And my guess is it would take him about 4 weeks. Where is the spiritual book written by a mother who is dealing day in and day out with the poopy diapers, the piles of laundry, the tantrums? The Way of the Toddler is that book. Does God exist in the stir-fry? How do we incorporate what we read in these best-selling books about spiritual truths into the tedious and mundane aspects of modern motherhood? It can be difficult to find God when we are struggling with making dinner, a crying baby, a 3-year-old, and a phone call all at the same time. The needs of our children do often out-trump our own, and we are so busy meeting the demands of our families and our children that we forget to include ourselves into that picture. The Way of the Toddler honestly looks at the spiritual struggles of modern motherhood and shows how our children can and are our greatest teachers. It is a book that I believe strongly that is needed among the spiritual growth literary canon available today in our bookstores. And I thank you for your vote. Thank you so much. Blessed be. Thank you. Thank you.